Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio. Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio. This is Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Truth Tuesday show with your host, Akiem L, here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Peace and prosperity and extreme wealth to all. Wow. It's another week gone down. It is November the 16th, 2021. Man, the year's over. And I haven't talked about our New Year's ritual that's coming up. December the 31st, we always do a ritual to bring in prosperity for the new year. So I hope that you can join us. I'll send out the Zoom invite, set it up for everyone to join. I actually wanted to do something, different this year. I haven't really planned it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off because it's so close to that time, month and a half. And we're gonna be into a new year. I can't complain. This has been a very, very, very prosperous and good year for me and my family. Oh, a lot of good things happened. I got married October the 15th. Um, Prosperity is there. Started me and another brother, we started a trucking company. Um, and what else happened? Well, you know what? First and foremost, let me give a shout out to Rico. Rico invited me out to his land out there in Lancaster, South Carolina, or they in some places country folk call it Lancaster, South Carolina. We went fishing. Went out there about 9 a.m. Went fishing. Stayed. I mean, we had such a great time that I stayed out there. I think about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Didn't realize the time was passing by so fast, and I really appreciated that because I've been saying for a long time I wanted to go fishing. My wife been, hey, let's go fishing because there's a lake out the back of the house. Um, but that lake you can only catch and release there. But since I went fishing with him, I definitely got to go fishing with her now. Um, but I had a good time. Caught a couple of fish. Uh, so it was relaxing to sit there on the water and just talk about different things that was on our minds. And appreciate the brother. After we finished, went home. His wife cooked us a meal, and I ate shepherd's pie, but it was with deer meat, which was good. It was excellent. Uh, it always feels good when you're eating fresh caught food, not from a grocery store. Tastes a whole lot different. Uh, Thank you, Rico, for that invite. Hope to do it again real soon. But I got to do my research and look up, get me a nice rod to take with me, some other little equipment that I realized that I needed to go out there. Got me thinking about getting a little boat to hook up to my truck because I've never pulled anything on my truck before. So it's time to break that truck in and put something on the back of it. But once again, thank you for the invite. We will be doing that again. What I love about being in the South is when you do stuff like that, you can carry your weapons freely, your firearms, your protection with you. You know, no problem. That's normal. That's considered normal. You never do that in the city. Living in New York. But man, I had a great time. What do I want to talk about today? What are we talking about? I'm a little weary because I got up early and I've been getting up early a lot lately. But I'm gonna get through this because what I'm about to talk about today is very important. And what sparked this conversation today was we did a premium meeting class, and a young lady said in the class that she's trying to do the W-2s, the W-4 forms, so that she's not looked at as U.S. citizen, and she said she's doing it because this is what she have to do, to get by. She can't just up and quit the job and make it happen. She can't just do that. She got bills to pay. And it sparked this conversation. I think the title I named the show was, what is it? Title. It says you have been. Let me look it up. I write stuff down and then I totally lose it sometimes. I have a good memory generally, but um, you keep lying to yourself is the title of this here lecture. You keep lying to yourself. What do I mean by you keep lying to yourself? We've been told that in order to be successful, that we have to go to school, get a job, and so that you have a successful life. Go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. And I say this all the time. They never tell you that go to school, get an education, and start a business. So when they tell you that, that means that the programming and the default message is you are to be a slave for someone else's business. I don't care how much they pay you. They can pay you a lot, pay you little. You're just slaves on different levels of living. Why do I say you're a slave? Because if you have a job, you cannot go to that job when you feel like it. You can't go to that job and just do what you want. Because if you did what you want, you're out of there. You have to do what you contracted to be paid for. You have to do exactly how they want it according to their policies. You see, there's no way around it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You are a slave. I know some people want to say, Akeem, you're being harsh. You're saying that too. That's not nice. I tell you what's not nice is that you are not able to do what you've been called to do. God has sent you be here to live abundantly, to be in dominion of your life. And we have voluntarily given up our dominion through the ideas and the ideals that society had pressed upon us from the day we entered into the world, that we must go to school, get a good education, and get a good job to be successful. That is the lie that you've been telling yourself. That you cannot be the next Bill Gates, that you cannot be the next Warren Buffett. No, you have to come into this world and work for someone in order to have a good life. That is what has been preached to you. No, you wasn't born with a silver spoon in the mouth, because it takes a lot to run a business. It takes a lot of money to do this and all these different lies that you've been telling yourself. And the biggest lie of all that most of us tell us is that I can't quit my job right now and just start my thing. I can't just do that right now because I got too much on the line. I got to be smart about this. That is another lie. Why is that a lie? First, before I answer that question, let me go to this scripture. It says here, Romans 6:15 or 6:16. Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Do you not know that when you offer yourselves as obedient slaves, you are slaves to the one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin leading to death or to obedience leading to righteousness? So when you give yourself up to these jobs, these entities, you give yourself up to the ideas, oh, you can't work here unless you receive this stick in the arm. You are giving up to your body. You're a slave. There's no need in trying to, make that sound nicer than what it really is. That's what it is. That is what it is. When you're in fear of losing your job, if you don't fill out this questionnaire about your faith and your religious freedoms to keep the job, that's a slave move. That's what slaves do. They try to get in line so they can keep whatever it is master has in store for them. See, they told the narrative about slavery and then mostly put it on us people of color. But no, right now, everybody's a slave now. It doesn't have color anymore. Everybody trying to, looking up, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Where is your power? I tell you where it is, you gave it away. You lied to yourself and said that you need these people to survive. You keep lying. I need this job. I gotta be no. You got to keep the secure thing so that you can still pay your bills and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. What happens if you get fired and you don't have nothing to go back on? I've been fired before. Had nothing. Story I've told before and I tell it again. Fired. Wife pregnant. Can't work. No money coming in. But I made it. But guess what? It is what made me who I am today. That trial is what made me free from the employer. Because when that happened, I said, I don't want this to ever happen again. I don't want no one to control when I could come and go to work. And if they don't want me here, they could just say bye whenever they dislike me or don't like what I'm doing or saying. I'm not free to be myself here. See, in my business, I get to say what I want when I want to do it. Some people say I can be a little rough. Yes, I am at times. But it's all in love. I'm not trying to intentionally hurt people's feelings because I'm that hard on you because I know you can do better. And when you come at me with weak excuses, like as if I have never been through anything or seen problems, most of the problems people come to me with, I've dealt with that and overcame it. I mean, let's see. In James chapter 1, verses 2, it says, Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. So you have to go through something to get something. If you want to go to that, which most of my people that I hear say, I want wealth, I want extreme wealth. You're going to have to go through something. You're going to have to face a trial. And right now, some of y'all's only trial is just walking away from that slave job that you got. That's your trial. Just saying, I've had it. I've had enough selling myself out for these measly little dollars. I know you're fed up. Why? Because when you get up and get ready to get out of the bed, you keep hitting the snooze button. Or if you're not hitting the snooze button, you try to find some type of distraction and close your eyes and wish you was somewhere else, but having to get up and go to that job. How many times do you see the snooze button? 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you live like me, you ain't gotta hit the snooze button. You can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to, do some work, go back to bed and take a nap. Get up, cook breakfast for your children, and get back into bed if you wanted to. Akiem, man, you just bragging. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just really trying to make you jealous so that you can be not jealous in a bad way, but jealous in a good way to say, you know what? I want to do exactly what he's doing. Stop telling yourself the lies that you need, these jobs are secure, this is safe. They're not safe. None of them are. Only safe thing you got is the ability to decide on your prosperity. That's safe. See, the world has got you believing that what's outside of you is what's going to get it done for you. No, that's a distraction, because more you chase after what's outside of you, you seem like you get there, and as soon as you put your hand on it, or almost put your hand in it, it runs away from you. Why? Because it's a fairy tale. It's not true. What's real is you perceptualizing that you are the power, the glory, the truth in your life. You can make it happen for yourself. You are the power. There's no other power. There's no other God but you. Right. I said it again. There is no other God but you. These fantasy gods they've been giving you throughout the lives, some religions got 1,500 gods. Some got one. But they're all false gods. Why? Because they all offer solutions for later on. You know what? You just keep being a little pet of mine. You keep following my rules. You keep being a slave. And maybe I'll let you into my paradise, into my kingdom. That's not guaranteed. That sounds like some con artist stuff. What kind of God is that? And see, that's not a God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible says something different. It says something totally different. Because it says in Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." Deuteronomy 39, "The Lord your God will make you abundantly prosperous in all the work of your hand." Saying that what you put into your mind and you put into action, you will become abundant. Abundant. In the fruit of your womb, in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your ground, for the Lord will again take delight in prospering you as he took delight in your fathers. What does that mean? That you need to go back. Stop participating in these new age religious ideals and go back to the ways of your ancestors. Because all of these new age ideals are causing problems. The very religions that claim that they're not a part of the system are sitting out here touting and supporting a lot of these things that these companies are doing to you. You can have it all, but you cannot have it all if you keep having limited ideas. If you have limited ideas like, I just can't do that, right now. You just put, I can't do that. Right. So guess what? It's not the situation that's the problem. It's your thinking that's the problem. You know, it's your thinking. Give me a second. I'm trying to. It says, here's a quote right here. Let me find it. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Marcus Aurelius again. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius again. So that thing, that limiting self-belief that you have about your situation, you have the power to revoke it. No one else can revoke that but you. Those stressful thoughts that you're waking up with and going to sleep with, you have the power to revoke it and think a new thought, a good thought, a peaceful thought, a prosperous thought, a loving thought. You can do that. People who are so caught up in their mind, sometimes you'll tell them that, no, 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 this is going on. They still want to stay attached to the problem. They find comfort in continuously talking about the problem. No, stop talking about the problem and move on to something different. You know, I know I had a problem over the weekend, but I talked about it a lot and then it resolved itself. Well, I got it resolved. I took action, but there's no need in talking about it anymore. Mexican Moore said he's an independent contractor and I'm free to make money. Yes, that's the key. Be free. You control what you do, your time. And there's enough money out there for everyone to make it. That's why this is what, 1% of the world have the wealth of the world. So that means there's a plenty of money up there to get. The problem is scraping at the bottom. Somebody said, and go to college. Yeah, that go to college thing is pumping the bit. And parents are still forcing their kids to go to college when they don't really want to go. They still want them. And then when they flunk out, they're getting upset. They ain't want to go. They only going because they're trying to please you. And when you're looking at the situation today when it comes to jobs, is college really a big deal anymore like it used to be? It really is, because right now it's can you do the job or you can't do the job. And with the mass exodus of people leaving jobs, there's so many jobs out there for people to get if they want them. You want to go be a slave, you got it. You can. But you will never feel joy, the ultimate joy, the ultimate peace, as long as you are required to answer to a boss. You will not feel that total peace. You were not put here to serve man. You weren't put here for that. You wasn't. You were here to be prosperous. You was here to be successful. So why do you allow yourself to keep telling yourself lies? Why? Keep telling you these stories about, I need, it's not quite time yet. It ain't, the website's not quite ready. My book, I got a little more to do. I just keep making excuses and the years are rolling by. 1, 2, 10, 20, 30. And then guess what happens? A bunch of slow singing, flower bringing arrangements happen. That means you are being buried with those ideas that you had. Is that what you want to do? Take all your good ideas to the grave? Unfulfilled, unactualized dreams? You know, I started taking action on my dreams and things that I wanted to do. I always wanted to play an instrument. And now I play the guitar decent enough that you can know I'm playing some music now. I'm not, professional stats, but I'm decent. But that's less than a year ago. But I took action. I just went there to take my stepdaughter to get something. She needed something for she was taking lessons. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna take lessons. It was because of her I started playing guitar. I'm gonna take some lessons. And once I'm I like to once I get on something, I don't like to just stop. But I actually enjoy it. That's what happens when you free yourself from slaves, from being a slave to someone else. You can decide, I want to play the piano, I want to do this, I want to go fishing. You can do that. Leia Love FM said, when I was in beauty school, they were nervous that YouTube is going to put schools out of business. They should put them out of business. Now, it's probably not because the way you still got to get past the boards, and the boards require these hours. That's how they're going to stay in business. But with if you have your own home, you can invite clients to you. Build something on the backyard or something, and you can do here and there if no one snitch on you. No need to go open up a shop. If you want to do hair, you just do it and you build something. Say, hey, I'm doing hair. Come by the house. That was the old days, and guess what? People are going back to that. They have gone back to doing hair in the homes. Build a little extra area on their house and have the clients come in there. And those were the days when you could do that. You had a better time. Um, let's see. Who's in the house? Maxim Moore, peace. Thanks for the donation. As usual. And if you want to speak to me, call in at 563-999-3615. Lately, you guys haven't wanted to talk. So, I guess I take care of all the answers through the other YouTube videos. So, you don't have any questions. That's good. Um, let's see. Carini, peace. Cletus Cassidy, DJ B Thunder. He said, and uh that was college was pumped into his head. Yes, that's everybody. Yes. Yak Yakov. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Peace and love to you and your family. Um, yeah. So stop believing in the lies about how unsuccessful you're gonna be. What else? I had some. Let's see. All right. That's all I really wanted to say about that. You can do it. You can have an abundance. You can have prosperity. You just got to decide on it. And when the opportunity comes, take advantage of it. Yes, when you meet what appears to be opposition, yes. But tell you the truth, this is opposition is a funny thing because when you confront it, it looks bad. But when you get through to the other side, you look back and say, that wasn't really that bad. And you start to realize that your mind created a lot of the problems, the worry, the doubt, the fear, created most of the issue. And once you got rid of those three things, you look back and say, wait a minute, that really wasn't a bad situation. You know, really wasn't. I know a lot of the things I dealt with that were difficult, and I look back on them and say, oh, Akeem, you made too much of that. Really wasn't that bad. But what happens, our ego, our desire to be right in a situation kicks in. Well, wait a minute, this is a problem. Fight or flight reflexes kick in and we panic. But if you just sit down and become, say, listen, things are really not that bad. If you really sit down and look at your situation, I promise you, if you really look at your situation, you can see a way out of that job. You can see it. You can see that you really don't need the job because you don't. Like I said, what happens when they just say you got to go? You have no choice. You got to do without the job, and you will find a way, and you will survive. See, unfortunately, some of us can only kick in to make something happen when we're faced with the extreme obstacles. When the very thing we rely on is snatched away from us, then our survival mode kicked in. But no, you should be trying to live the fullest without something trying to or being taken away from you. But unfortunately, a lot of us are motivated by something that we cherish being snatched away and being forced to give it up. That happened to me when I got fired. I was forced to do something else because I got fired. I had no choice there. I couldn't go back there. And I chose to go into cutting hair, being a barber, instead of going out there to find another job. I took time off. Oh, how many months was it? 8.5 months, 9 months. I chose. Yeah, didn't have the job the whole time, but somehow I made it through, was able to get my bills paid. I still don't remember how all of that happened. But when you look, I said this last night in the class. I said, when you're operating on the path you're supposed to be on, things will always fall into place. You will not meet a whole lot of obstacles. Things will always just work itself out. And if things are not quite working out, that means there's some issue there. There's something you're not seeing, something you need to learn from. It should just fall into place. And when you keep trying something over and over and you keep seeing, wait a minute, it seems like something just keeps popping up. That means that may not be the path. It's time to relook at it. Rethink your actions. Because when you are truly on the purpose that you are here to do, it will fall into place so easily for you. The obstacles that you will face will be 100% of the time as a result of your perception of the obstacle that you're facing. What you believe, that's bad. That's it. That's the problem because you just labeled that. You just called that out. You just judged that as bad. But when you stop labeling seemingly bad problems as processes, this is what I need to go through to get to my purpose, to really fulfill my mission. When you start, you just say, okay, well, I got to go. This is one of the trials. This is what I got to go through. You know, because each level you go, when you go higher, you're gonna meet other seemingly difficult obstacles. And when every obstacle that you face is really your thoughts about it, your opinion of it, your judgment of it is the obstacle. What is it you're saying about this? What are you believing about this obstacle? Is it this is impossible? Yes, you just spoke it. It is impossible. Think about it. Even in your relationship and marriages, whatever, when you're feeling like, oh, I gotta go, I can't deal with this anymore, That's your perception. You're saying, I can't deal with this. I don't want this. And guess what? It's over. You created that. You decided that. But if you just say, you know what, this is just a little thing we going through, let me just rethink my position and not act like I'm right all the time, you start to see that there is a path to reconciliation. It's always a path to reconciliation. There's always a path through a difficult situation to success. But what slows you down is your judgment of the situation. Some people see problems and they walk the other way. I don't want nothing to do with that. And go right back to sitting on the couch and watching TV and doing all other stuff that doesn't do anything but waste time. Why? Because that's easier. I just read you will not get to your success by taking the easy road. And the only thing that reason why it's not an easy road, the thing that's hard is navigating the negative, self defeating lies that you tell yourself. That's the difficult part. That's all it is. It's nothing else but that. Because this universe, this world wants to give you all that you desire. But what people fail to realize, yes, the world is giving you all of your desires and some based on your perception of the matter. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see who's on the line. Who's on the line? Where is my page? Okay, here it is. No hands up for people on the line, but no hands up. They just here to listen. Sorry, Maxim, you had the flu. I hope you get better. Most time we are the ones who create the obstacles. Yes, sir. You're right. Most times, sure, I would say all the time. Most times we are. Yeah, people are doing stuff, but really it's you have to see how we perceive it and handle it. You know, people will try to handle you. But you gotta handle, you gotta handle your situation. Oh yeah, you saw that flat earth video, documentary, watched it. Yeah, it did blow my mind. He did, I wasn't into that whole flat earth scenario until I watched that video. It really had some. It was the first time I saw some compelling arguments. Yeah, I might go back and watch it. Speaking of watching stuff, let's talk about something reading. This is a good book to get. It's this here, Asset Protection Pro Trust Organization. Uh, some good information. Some of you gonna have to check out, but overall, it's about talk about setting up a trust and creating a trust that's not connected to a EIN number. I've read this book. I actually did a show. If you go back to like 2015, late part of 2015, I did a show on this book. But when I read this, I knew it was good information. I wasn't really understanding trust 100%. But now that I really understand trust, this book of asset protection makes sense now. Makes a lot of sense. I know I just jumped off the topic. 7:55. It's almost 8 o'clock. If I don't get nobody on this line, talking for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I'm out. Yeah, I would agree with you, Antonio. Yeah, lined up with a whole lot of stuff that I've been looking at. 563-999-3615. You got something to say? Get on there, press 1. Yeah, that how to win in court is a game changer. It is a game changer. Yes, it is. Well, while I'm waiting for somebody to get on there, somebody got any suggestions? Well, no, Rico told me what type of rod to get that I need to go get. So I don't need to ask that question. I would call, but you know, well, that's all right, brother. You don't have to call in. You give me the night off. Hmm? No, okay, this is the question. Ever since the pandemic, it's been hard for me to get things done with the court trying to get a condo transferred to my name through the probate process. Any ideas? No, I have no ideas on that. I am at a loss. I don't know what the situation is. I mean, that's kind of a question that needs more details. I know you can transfer a deed of the property into your name. You have the rights to do that. All right. Press 1 if you're on the line. I saw some new numbers pop up there. Press the 1 button. All right, there we go. All right, 609-306.
Hey, what's going on, King?
What's going on?
You hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay,
can hear you.
Hey,
Sound a
man,
little low, but I
it's
can hear you.
Orlando, man. Listen, I'm just getting in, man. I don't know what the conversation is like,
Okay.
but I need to set up something with you, man. I got a tax problem that popped up from 2016. I don't know how.
Well, that's
I
the
thought they'd
IRS.
only
They
go
always
back
popping
3
up on
years.
you. There's a
Huh?
lot of things they ain't supposed to do, but they do it. Akemel.com, set up in a consultation. What they trying to say,
All
you
right,
owe
that's
some.
what I'm gonna do, man.
I mean, if a tax problem uses you owe me some money.
Facts.
Right.
Wait, but
So,
I thought it was only like 3 years they can go back, or they can go back as long as they want to.
I don't know. Where did you get that 3 years? It's when you allow them
I
to
don't know.
audit you, they can go back 3 years. But they can just go and
Okay.
find something 10 years ago and try to come at you. They'll do that.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So question for you. I know you're an tax expert, but am I able to go back, or do you know anybody that's able to go back and redo their taxes?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Plenty of
Okay,
people
all
have
right,
done that. I've seen that. They get rid of tax liability, they go correct the taxes and gets rid of their debt.
okay. All right. Well, what I do, I just go on there and set up a consultation, man.
Why they
I mean,
what's the deal? What are they saying? They
uh,
going back 3 years. What are they saying? What is it from?
they saying that I guess somebody canceled a debt, but it's not making
Oh,
sense because the
yeah,
debt was canceled in 2007 with
right.
Chase Bank. Why is it coming now? And it's 2016. They said I
You can
didn't do the
dispute
tax
that.
paper right. Some
You can
crap.
dispute that. You can dispute that. My
But I
IRS
remember a
webinar would
conversation.
address that. IRS webinar 123, that whole series will address
Oh,
that.
okay. So, what do you recommend? The consultation or getting your webinar that's up there? I seen that. I was
Getting
looking
the
at the site.
webinar. Getting the webinar.
All right, so I just do
Because
that.
all I'm going to do is
And if
tell
I
you to
have any
get that
questions,
in the
set up a
consultation.
consultation.
Yeah. But that's like a consultation because it's going to tell you exactly how to address that.
I'd rather do that, man, because my time is so short, man. I'm up north, and you know it's getting cold, and I'm a contractor. I'm trying to wrap this thing up before the cold set in heavy. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
All right. All right, brother. Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
you got IRS issues, Akemel.com. That'll get you on the right path. Yeah, they can come at you whatever they feel like it. And if one office don't leave you alone, they pass it off to another company to come at you. So, all right, anybody else got something to say? 563-999-3615. Press the 1 button when you get in the building. Oh, wrong buttons here. All right, somebody just popped on. Press the 1. So I know you want to speak. I don't see that little icon next to your number. I don't know you want to talk. All right, there we go. Nice. 407-401.
Hey, peace.
Peace, what's going on?
I'm an old timer. Been listening to your show for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all back in the day and all that. But I do got a question because you can learn something new every day and stuff. Even though I've been listening to you for years and stuff, there's still questions out there. But I might need a consultation for this. There's I received some letters for some letters and stuff from child support. To
notices, they wrote you love letters.
My one address.
They writing you love letters. They writing because they don't send letters. They send notices. What's the deal?
Notices, yeah,
right.
Yeah. All right, okay, yeah. So, but if my address where my mail goes, they sending me notices and another name to that one. I mean, in the real name to that one, but at my physical address, they sending me one with a different name on it. It's still my name, but the middle initial is different.
Okay. So, what's your question?
And I know back in the archives a long time ago, you had that similar situation where when they send you letters like that and stuff, and I think you went to court or whatever and stuff.
Somebody tried to sue and had the name wrong. I had to dismiss because they weren't addressed in the proper party. But that child support is a little different. You know, you're already in child supports, right? Am I taking that right? You're already under child support.
Correct.
They got an order against you. So they got a social. So that's, even though the name might be spelled a little different, that social is what they're banking on. So you still have to address that. Now, you can send something back to them saying this is not me, and but that's not going to be too effective. In order to shut down child support, you got to go to court, take them back to court, and shut it down, showing they don't have jurisdiction.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's all I had, Akiem. But
all right.
Okay.
Peace, bro. All right. Let's go to the next one. 205-886.
What's up? This is Joshua.
Hey, what's going on?
I have some questions about one of your petition on the name change.
Mm-hmm.
And DL being in the driver's license information. In my state, we don't have a paper application.
Okay.
My license has been expired for like 15 days now, which I drive with the passport or whatever.
Okay. So did you watch the driver's license webinar?
Long time ago.
Okay, go watch it again, because when I did that in North Carolina, they didn't have a paper application.
Okay.
So I was able to get my record corrected, but I had to go through an extra step. So that video goes over what you need to do. Because they go in there, they put all the stuff in there for you, and you kind of just sign off on what they say. See? So
these people here are mighty slow.
Yeah.
Mighty slow.
So what you have to do
but yes,
is,
I'll definitely get at another watch over and another look over.
The driver's license, the last driver's license webinar, I went over that, how to just give them notice before you go in there, and then go in there and process that. Yeah.
Okay. As far as that's the name change, it's pretty much the other roadblock that I'm having right now.
Okay. Keep calling that stuff roadblocks. That's why y'all got roadblocks, because y'all keep calling them roadblocks. Go ahead.
I mean, when I say roadblock, I also drive a truck, so I ain't afraid to smash through anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But just
it's a process. Hey,
give it a thing for people to understand what I'm saying. There's a impasse right now. I just don't have the method of getting through to them, and having them understand what I'm trying to do.
Well, what I'm trying to help you understand, you using words like roadblocks, impasse, those are all judgments on situations, and they are, when you believe that, that's what you're going to keep getting. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I do.
Change the language. You want your situation to change, you have to change the language towards the situation. Change your thoughts towards it. You know. But go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the method in which to get things done.
Mm-hmm. What's the roadblock that you calling the roadblock? What's the issue?
The method that I'm looking is, I know you spoke on having a petition once upon a time, and basically what I've done is put together my own version of things that I have as far as school records, how my name is styled in the school records, from elementary all the way up through the university. Mm-hmm. Certain pieces of mail, which I don't really want to use that, but like places like American Express, they send my name proper.
So let me ask you a question. Are you doing the process that I taught, or are you just trying to do it, kind of figuring out on your own?
No, this is something that you've taught.
Yeah, but
as far as like,
do you have my webinar?
I did the name. I watched that. I think you did this one like a year and some change ago, and I haven't watched it since then. Mainly because I didn't buy it. I just attended. I didn't buy the actual webinar.
Oh, you was on the webinar that I did live. What you saying?
Right.
Okay. Because
so kind of
I hear you talking about
things from memory here.
I hear you. Yeah, that's where the issue is right there. See,
okay.
Like my music teacher taught me something last week, and he tells you, he says, when you leave here, you're gonna forget this, and he's right. Like we went through a whole thing. I was actually playing half the song in the studio. Came home and I lost it all. Now I can get it back. What I got to do is take notes and write down some things to bring it back. I'll be able to bring it back. It's just that when you watch something, you lose it until something reminds you of it. So, the reason why I asked you, did you watch it? Because I always talk about the first thing you need to defend that position, that you're doing it for religious reasons. That's the first thing. That's your first line of defense. Why? Because the Constitution protects that right, and they can't question you. When you start going, my school record said this and that, they could go with it or not. They could just say, yeah, whatever. But they cannot deny a religious request.
Now I do have a page from the whole book of Joshua is part of my situation.
That's what I would stick with.
Ready to go.
Nothing else. I would stick with that.
Something I stumbled upon. I looked at the Bible in the room and I was like, let me see something.
That's what I would. That's
there it is, right there.
So many times people want to go into court and they want to have a variety of things to throw at these people. First of all, you don't have enough time they don't want you in that courtroom for a long time. So you want to stick with one point, and then they're going to try to rebut that. You stay on it. Boom, boom. Stay with that one point. Don't move. You'll get what you want. But when you start, okay, well, the Bible says this, and then you jump on something else, and say, whoa, man, now we can talk now because we can't argue with him about his religious freedom. Now you're talking about something he read in his elementary school records. They can talk about that. But they can't talk about your religion. They can't deny it. Stick with the religion. Stay right there. Don't move.
All right.
Remember, a name change is an ex parte petition, meaning you're the only one coming in with a petition. You don't have an adversary in the courtroom. So the judge's job is only to say, check off the box and let you get it. If no one's in there saying that you shouldn't have a name change because he's this kind of guy or whatever, the judge shouldn't be disputing that. It's not his job. Not in the ex parte petition. You're the only one coming in bringing it. Petition is like a complaint, but it's a complaint to petition to, hey, I need a court order need you sign on a court order that this is my actual name. The styling of this is that. He can't offer you legal advice and say, well, it's one and the same. That's legal advice. First of all, he has no foundation to even break that up, to make that determination. Okay, what foundation do you have to say that is the same name? Where's that? He's never going to point to anything. That's an opinion. It's a legal opinion. That's not allowed. He can't give you a legal opinion. They'll give you facts.
That makes this a lot easier and something I can go handle tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. All right, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. All right. It's 8:13. I guess that'll be it for me tonight. I'm going to get off this and go on home. I got a full day tomorrow. I appreciate everybody joining in and listening. I appreciate everybody who supported the show. Once again, shout out to Rico and his family. And with that being said, good night.